We're gonna build a beautiful profit and loss dashboard. We'll be able to group our P&L by months, quarters, and years. And we'll summarize our values by the major section of the P&L so that when we're done, we can just take a picture, put it in a slide deck, or send it to your boss. And all we need to get there is really just to follow these 5 steps. If you stick around till the end, I'll show you how you can grab this for free. The profit and loss is one of the most popular financial reports, but it's also really long, making it tough to present on a slide or send in a snapshot in an email to your boss. Wouldn't you like to instead impress your boss with this beautiful dashboard? Well, it's actually really not hard. Here, let me show you how, starting with step 1, outlining your dashboard. Check out what I have here. I have the major sections of my profit and loss showcasing revenue, cost of goods sold, gross profit and gross margin. Then I have my operating expenses and I'm grouping them by category. Now I have net operating income, net other income, showing other income and other expense, and then net income. Take a look at the dates. I have the info on an annual, quarterly, and monthly basis. If I extend these rows, you can see the start and end date for each period. I entered my start date over here. I then utilized the EO month function to get the end of the period by entering a 0 after the comma. Now I get my quarter by taking the month of this date and dividing by 3, since there are 3 months in a quarter. I then rounded this up to 0 decimal places and appended a Q beforehand with an ampersand. Then I got the year by just writing out the year formula as such. Then this row, this displays the date in a pretty format. So to get my remaining months, I can just copy the same formula for these 3 cells and make the start date last period's end date plus 1. For quarters, I did the same thing, but this time adding a 2 in my EO month function. Then I joined these 2 cells with an ampersand in between to display the quarter pretty. For years, I set my EO month to be 11 months later, and then I just made my display row equal to the year. Now, if set up correctly, I can just add an extra year to each of these sections by just copying the formulas I have set up. So I'll select this full column by hitting Control and space, then I'll hit Control C, then I'll go to the right, and I'll insert the column by again hitting Control space, and this time hitting Control plus. This is better than just pasting since I want to actually insert this column as a new column, pushing my remaining data to the right. Let's see if this works for quarters as well. I'll grab these 4 quarters again by hitting Control and space. I'll then copy these columns. I'll move to the right, I'll select Control and space again, and then hit Control plus. Looks like it's working. Let's finish this off now with our months. I'll navigate all the way to the right. I'll take these last 12 months, I'll copy, I'll come to the right over here with Control space, and I'll hit Control plus. Awesome. Now that we have this outline, let's move on to step 2, mapping our profit and loss. I got this profit and loss from my accounting software. I'm gonna come here and enter a new column called mapping. So once again, I'll highlight the first month by hitting Control and space. Then, if you don't have anything copied to your clipboard, if you hit Control plus, it'll just add a new column to the left. Let's name this mapping. Then I'll populate each account that I wanna aggregate. Be sure to avoid entering anything in the total rows or you'll be double counting. Okay, great. Now it's time to move on to step 3, populating our dashboard formulas. I'm gonna start with my monthly columns. I've already populated a few formulas here for my gross profit, which is revenue minus cost of goods sold, my gross margin, which is gross profit divided by revenue, which I wrapped around an if error if we divide by 0, then total operating expenses, net operating income, which is gross profit minus operating expenses, then net other income, which is other income minus other expense, and then net income, which is net operating income plus net other income. Okay, so let's pull in the values from our income statement tab. I'm gonna use the SUMIFS function. I'll start with revenue and I'll enter an equals SUMIFS. Now for my sum range, I'll navigate to the profit and loss and select the first month. Then I'll hit a comma. For my criteria range, I'll select the mapping column and lock my cells by hitting F4, since I don't want this to move as I drag my formulas forward. I'll hit another comma, and then for the criteria, I'll select revenue over here. Now I'm gonna lock the column over here because I wanna drag this to the right. Let me go ahead and close the parentheses and hit enter. Okay, looks like it populated. Let's do the same thing for COGS, as well as each expense. Then other income and other expense. Looks like it worked. Does my net income balance match? Looks like it does. I can now copy and paste this across each period. So I'll start at the top, I'll hold down Control and Shift, then I'll press the down arrow until I get to net income. Now I'll press Control C, I'll hold down Shift, and I'll hit the right arrow key until I get to my last month. Now I'll press Control V. Perfect. Now we have our monthly columns. Step 4 is to now populate our annual and quarterly values. Well, that's pretty easy. And we can again utilize the SUMIFS function. Starting over here, I'll hit equals SUMIFS, then I'll point to my monthly values, and I'm gonna lock the columns by hitting F4 until just the columns are locked. Then I'll hit a comma. Then I'll point to the start dates on my monthly columns, and I'm gonna lock these values entirely. Then I'll hit another comma, then I'll hit open quotation and say greater than or equal, close quotation, ampersand, the value over here. Let's go ahead and lock the row there. Now let's add in one more condition, and let's say the end dates on our monthly columns. Lock the entire values, comma, is less than or equal to, close parentheses, ampersand, the end date over here. Let's go ahead and lock that as well. Let's close the parentheses and hit enter. Okay, this is saying we did 252,406. Does that match to what we have in 2022? Let's see. Looks like it does, 252,406. Great. Let me now go ahead and copy this down. Now I can just select this entire range, hold down Shift, copy it, press Ctrl V. Let's now do the same thing for our quarterly and press Ctrl V. And voila, our dashboard is complete. But we're not ready yet. It's time to move on to step 5, and that's formatting this for a slide or email. See, this is way too wide. We can either just show 12 months, or maybe 4 quarters, or perhaps 1 year, 4 quarters, and 6 months. Now let's select all this, press Ctrl C, then paste as a picture by hitting Alt H V U. Or you could simply just Ctrl C and then come down and hit this button right over here to paste as a picture. Now let's take this, let's press Ctrl X, and let's put this in an email to our boss. If you want to grab this dashboard for free, just check out the link in the description and enter in this coupon code. But don't stop with this dashboard. This next video will teach you how to make an even more beautiful one, and I'll see you there.